Ciao ragazzi, felice Lucaversary. To celebrate Luca's 4th anniversary, I'm going to be doing the Massimo challenge, which is where I attempt to make tornette al pesto with only one arm, the way that Massimo does. I have my left arm tied behind my back here. I'm gonna see if I can do it. And just a disclaimer, I'm in no way trying to like mock disabled people. This is just a way for me to see how everyday tasks would be affected if I didn't have an arm. I am using the official recipe from Pixar's Instagram. All right, first I have to separate all the basil leaves from their stems. Not sure if doing it by hand is the best way. No, you're not supposed to chop the basil leaves. I'm just chopping the stems in this case. I barely have half of 50 grams, so I may just have the recipe. 2 cloves of garlic. Now, I never get like raw garlic. I usually get like the pre-minced stuff. I don't know that I've ever cut like a raw clove of garlic. So let's see how this goes. Clove, if I can balance the knife. You know what? Cloves. I did sharpen my knives before I started. Okay, so for the pesto, I got myself a genuine grade mortar and pestle. The recipe does say that I can use a food processor, which I have, but you actually see Julia using a mortar and pestle. So I got myself one of these so I can do it the old-fashioned way. A little bit of oil, and we're gonna grind. I think the basil is thoroughly mashed. So it says 1 manciata of pine nuts. This is a handful. I don't really know how to do half a handful. We add our pine nuts. I picked myself up one of these because I knew I wouldn't be able to do it with our normal grater. I had to go to 3 different stores to find the Parmigiano Reggiano, and then the Pecorino Romano was the only thing I could find. Maybe. New method. If I didn't have my phone right here, this would be easier. Yeah, this works. Parmigiano. And before you say, oh, well, Julia could do that step, Massimo lives alone for most of the year.
To be fair, though, he probably doesn't go to all that trouble to make that meal for himself.
That's fair. Although he definitely started making it more when he adopted Alberto, because it's his favorite. I think that looks like a beautiful pesto al Genoese. I've got to cut up the green beans. And then my yellow potato, I don't know if I'm supposed to peel this, but that ain't happening. If I had a cleaver like Massimo, I could just... And Enrico said it's very important that you cook the potato and the green beans with the pasta, not separately. I have never been able to find actual tornette. I don't know if it's like just not available in America, but from what I've read, linguine is the closest thing. And gluten-free fettuccine for my wife. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay.
Perfect al dente.
I am just now realizing the problem with cooking it in a 2-handled pot. That's what he uses in the movie. I didn't even think of it. I almost forgot a step, which is to add a few spoonfuls of pasta water, which explains why the pesto is so thick. We have ourselves some tornette. Delicioso. Happy 4-year anniversary, Luca.